Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and it's another edition of Blue Monday. Yay! It's Blue Monday. I just love Blue Mondays now that we're working through our blue scraps because I'm overwhelmed. And we're also doing a surprise sew-along at the end of YC Wednesday for the blue scraps. But we're trying to manage our scraps and get them down to a more reasonable size. At least they'll fit in the bucket kind of thing, right? So this is what we're doing right now, and we're having so much fun. So the blocks are all going to be 12.5 inches unfinished. Then we're going to sew them up into a charity quilt and give it away for a charity. So this is what we're doing today. We're doing Tesselating Cats. And the cats are like this, and the tail goes all around, and there's the tail, and it goes this way. So we've got them tessellating, and I think this would look great just as a quilt. Like this block would be very interesting. Have cats, one cat laying, you know, you have the cats, one cat's like this, and the next ones are like this. It'll be fun. It would be fun, and you wouldn't have to match up any seams. That would be even better. So today, before we get into the sewing and all the rest of the stuff, let's do our shout out, because we have to do the shout out. Now, Rebecca from Rebecca Rice Ware, Vintage Sewing Machines, does not know that her shout out is coming. And you're going to find her YouTube channel in the description notes below. It's so important for you guys to get into those description notes or the show notes, because they have all the cutting instructions for the patterns, and they have everything else now that we're going to talk about. Besides, Rebecca is her YouTube channel as well. Now, the Chaos Sew Along is coming. When we're filming this October 4th, I'm not sure what day it's going to start, but once we get that day, that's going to be in the show notes as to when it starts. Now, the subunits, you'll get one subunit a week, and you'll have lots of time to do it. And we're aiming for a queen-size quilt, and the subunits are 4.5 unfinished, square, or 4.5 by 8.5. So it's an easy piecing. It's, you know, you're not going to make a lot of blocks to make a nice big size quilt, and it's going to be beautiful. So get your scraps all ironed up and ready to go, because it's going to be one of these fun, crazy blocks. You'll need light mediums and low volumes. So that'll be light mediums, darks, and low volumes. So it'll be fun. It'll be great. Now. We also have a Facebook group, which is warm and welcoming and growing very, very quickly. And we have all sorts of fun in there with, you know, showing what we're working on and, you know, asking questions and all the rest of it. But all the community chats that are involved there, we are just having a blast. We also host a virtual sewing room for the Facebook group that we have under Discord. Now, Discord is an app that you can download off your onto your computer or your device, and once you get an invitation from one of the admins, then you can go in there and meet people from all over the world. It's a great place to hang out and sew for the day. We also have all sorts of other things. What you're thankful for, the Saturday snippets is a new one. I like the recipe one, but people haven't been posting too many recipes yet, but they're lots of fun. We have Free Pattern Friday, where we have people searching the internet for free patterns and posting them all into one community chat. It's a lot of fun. Also, you're going to find in there the Zoom sew dates. Now, the Zoom sew dates are from now until the end of December, and once I have time to look at a 2025 calendar, we will be posting those dates as well, so you can put them on your calendar. And if you don't feel like sewing the day that you're having the Zoom sew date and you want to just come hang out with your knitting, please do. It's a great place to hang out and chat and just have some fun. Also, share, like, and subscribe. You're helping our channel out by commenting. Even, I know life is busy, and if all you've got time to do is put a heart on there, that means so much to us that it helps us along. And we need the word out that we're providing free patterns to quilters and quilting guilds. So whatever you can do for us in the share, like, and subscribe thing, please do. Also, I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. I talk about using fabric scraps, elements of design, and making charity quilts. So if your guild or group is looking for that kind of topic to be discussed, please get a hold of me either on the Facebook group or email me. My email is part of the About tab on the YouTube channel, so you can email me from there. But I do check my Facebook faster than I do check my email, so I'm just giving you a heads up. So I think that's it. Come on in. Let's get to sewing our Tesselating Cats. Okay, we're at the sewing machine and we've got our cat laid out. Let's do the hardest thing first. And the hardest thing is always the ears. The ears of the cat, right? Because it's a flip and stitch seam. I'm just gonna pin this so I don't lose this somewhere in our travels. Pin it down in place. There we go. So we're just gonna line this up. Make sure that we've got this cute little ear going on the right direction. Yeah, my friend drew this out, and she drew this out, and then it was like, okay, let's see if we can do this, right? You know, it's kind of one of those translate it to paper. But yeah, I just like things that tessellate and do things backwards and forwards. But these interlink, and of course you can have fun with, you know, doing an entire quilt with these, with the back and forth, you know. I know, I kind of thought, okay, let's, you know, having a cat. This is another cat block. Oh, you can tell I'm a cat lover. There. Okay, now, and we just line that up. Now you want to stay, like I put a crease in there. Actually, my husband ironed a crease in there. Now you want to stay on this side of that crease, right? So that you know, you're not sewing off too much. There, and lift your foot if you have to get it under and place properly. There we go. There. There. Now this works, the block I designed, when I put this together, I decided, okay, we'll go darks and mediums, right? Because I am still trying to get rid of my blue, but you could go mediums and low volume, or mediums and lights, or darks and lights if you want more contrast. But yeah, this kind of works out. So now, before we cut, let's not cut into anything until we know we have coverage. Yes, we have coverage. Okay, so we're gonna go like that, and like that. There we go. Now these are too small for me to use and save, so I'm going to put them into the pet bed blanket. Okay. And checking for coverage, yes, and yes. Okay. We don't want to make sure, we want to make sure we haven't done something short. Okay. I've seen people make these cat quilts where, and some of these cat quilts can just be darling. People have actually like embroidered eyes and, you know, a nose and a mouth and all this stuff in there. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be so sweet to do. But yeah, I decided, okay, we'll play around with this and make this happen this way. And if you want to do embroidery or, you know, other applique, or that is up to you. Now, so we're going to start assembling the cats just like that. Lining up, taking your time, lining it all up. There. And we always had 2 cats in this house for some reason, or more, 2 or more cats. And Elbert is the newest cat, and he's becoming a very old cat now, an old gent. And he and Fred used to lay on like a, what do they call it? A Zen thing, you know, where the yin and yang, that kind of thing. And they would lay together. One was black and one was black and the other one was gray. And it was so cool to see that. There we go. Just making a cat body. And there we go. Press that out just like so. And that goes like this. Okay. There's probably a different way of doing that, but that's what I did. Okay, now. Here we go. Yep, I'm going to press this way. There. We've got like 2 cats. There we go, like that. And now these will nest. And we'll put just so that long seam together. Yeah. Yeah, so with Albert and Fred, 2 males in the house, we thought, ooh, this is not going to go well. And it went fine. I was quite impressed with how well they managed to get along finally. But and they would still tussle and play every once in a while and rough out, but okay. There. Okay. I should have a leader ender project here beside me, but I don't. Where is it? I have no idea. Okay, now, so this is the confusing part. This is the tail, right? Wait a minute. This is the body and the tail. The body and the tail. No, this is the tail. Wait a minute. Let's do this. No, that's wrong. Let's do this. Okay. So the tail should come up like this and around. So I've got this the wrong way again. Okay, so the tail's got to go like this, right? Because the tail from the cat goes up and around, right? And the tail for this cat goes around, up and around, right? So let's get this all put together. How many times have I tried to do this block? Every time I do it, I lay it out differently, and it's like, oh, that's not going to work. But anyway, so here we go. Line this up at the end. And, okay, which way? It wants to go that way. Okay, it wants to go that way. All right. Okay. It probably doesn't need to be on 30 stitches an inch. So I'll crank it down to a more reasonable. There. There. So now we're going to put on the other 8.5 inch side. There. Now we're going to twirl this seam here in the center just because it's going to make the block lie flatter, and then the seam will lie nice and flat up here. There we go. And so did everybody catch that? I just swirled my center seam. Okay, so I swirled that center right there to make it work. So it's going to lay nice and flat. Okay, there we go. And we go back to this, and we're going to do this on this side. This is your 12.5 by 2.5 inch strip. This is a good one to get rid of strips. I mean, you could also do this entire body out of strips too, right? 2.5 inch strips. If you wanted to, you know, have a little fun with some colorful cats and make it really a scrappy project, that would work as well. Okay. There we go. This one's going to lie perfectly flat. Okay. Now, just, there we go, just like that. I'm going to finger press that. The time this thing is finger pressed, it'll be nice and flat. And I just have to give it a quick touch up with the iron and it'll be good. It'll be perfect. I'm going to put this on the bottom this time. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's just catching my, there we go. Nice. There. So, you line up the end here so everything lines up nice. And you lay it back down and you sew your seam. Very simple. Okay, there we go. Okay, and just give this one a quick finger press, and then I'll show you how I press everything here so you can see it. Now, oh, okay. So I pressed everything away from this quasi, sewed off, the tip has been sewed off flying goose, right? That's where the ears. Now that seam wants to push towards the face of the cat. So, okay, fine, I'll let it. Then what I did is I pressed in towards the face of the cat on both blocks. This way, this thing nests and you have a perfect little swirling square bit here. And I'm just going to press it down just a bit more. So it creates this. And then all the side pieces, the tail, now has been pressed out. So this block will take hardly no time at all to press it flat and it'll look fabulous. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's the row we just sewed. We just finished sewing and you can see it's, it's got lots of color and that, that pale blue. The square just works. Now, I forgot. I thought, okay, this is a 7-inch octagon and a 3.5-inch square, right? 10 inches. But it's not 10 inches this way, right? So when I cut 81, I was like, I am making a really skinny quilt. So I went with 90 and I figured, okay, so now we're at 90. And we're still at a skinny quilt because it's only 7 inches across, right? So it's now 10 inches. This is 10 inches. It's the way they interlock together that's creating this insanity. Would I make this quilt again? Oh, yes. Because here's what it looks like. I'll just give you an idea of what this is going to... This is now twin size. Once I get this sewn on, this is twin size. So this is what it looks like when, all the fabrics are together, right? So I will put this up in the community part when we get a picture of it. If we get a picture of it, I'll put it up. So next week, we're going to do the borders. Now, I'm going to play a little bit with the borders to make it a little wider, and I will have this piece all sewn on here, but this is only going to be a twin. Will I do this quilt again? Oh, yes. Will I do it in a smaller size? Definitely. A smaller size, because this is the, a 7.5-inch octagon here. Will I do it in a smaller size? Yes. Will it be a hand sewing project? Oh yes, definitely. Will it all be blue? I'm really tired of blue right now, so maybe not. But we'll address that later. But yeah, I really enjoyed putting this together, and I did not end up with the puckering because of where my feed dogs are under my foot and that hole. So you have to look at your modern machine, because a lot of you aren't sewing on an antique, right? Some of you are probably sewing with a modern machine, and that's going to cause you some issues like as you do this. So, take your time, mark your pivot points, pin, do all those kinds of things to help you along. And this does come together without puckers or tears. Maybe a little cursing every once in a while, but okay, it's expected. Okay, so I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week ahead, and I can hardly wait to show you what we're going to do with the borders here, and I'll have another PDF for you. So I hope you have an amazing week and everything is going great for you and life is treating you very gently. Okay, you take care until we meet each other again. Okay, bye. Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!